Okay, this is Docendo number 10, Daily Docendo Discibus. So here's a word history mystery. What does a speech in praise of someone have in common with a feeling of intense excitement? Again, think about those two words. And if you do think of one, maybe it'll help you come up with another because they share a common root, as many of these words do. So now let's switch from thinking about definitions to being editors here. So at President Kennedy's funeral, Chief Justice Earl Warren delivered a moving eulogy. And then the other word there is euphoria. So at President Kennedy's funeral, so we see here we've got a title that's capitalized. And remember, titles are capitalized when they go with names. So in this case, we have President Kennedy's funeral. So that makes sense. And then over here, we've got Chief Justice Earl Warren. Now that's a title. And again, because we have the name with it, Chief Justice, that's the Supreme Court, we should capitalize that title, right? The other problem is here we have this opening phrase that kind of clashes with our subject. So we should put a comma, shouldn't we? At President Kennedy's funeral, comma. Chief Justice Earl Warren delivered a moving eulogy. That's the subject, Chief Justice Earl Warren, and then the predicate or the verb is delivered. Now there's another problem here. We have Kennedy's funeral, and again, we're talking about possession, right? So we need an apostrophe there to show possession. Short sentence, simple sentence, opens with a prepositional phrase, but now it obviously is much more clear. All right, a eulogy is a speech. We typically think of that as a speech that is at a funeral, a speech in praise of someone who has died. And then euphoria is that feeling or state of intense excitement or happiness. And notice both of those are kind of associated with positive things. Even though we're talking here about a funeral, we're talking about praise, which is positive. And there's the root EU, and then a euphoria is obviously a good feeling. So the Greek root here is good. And logos, in the case of eulogy, has to do with words or reason. And so basically, if you think about the definition of eulogy, it basically means the good word or the positive word. And then, of course, look at these other words, monologue, neologism, anthropology. All those words have to do with that logos idea, as in the logic of something. So when you think about biology, basically you're looking at the logic, the science of life, right? A neologism is a new word. So there are always new words coming into the language every day. Dictionary editors are looking for those. We call those lexicographers. So a neologism is just a name for a new word. And notice in that case, we're using the Greek neo for new and then logos for word. Okay, so hopefully you can see what we did and why we did it. Apostrophe to show possession, comma for an opening prepositional phrase, capitalization for title. And then here's a word history mystery for next time, number 11. What does a point of view that believes people should not be trusted have in common with a point of view that believes that there are more bad things in life than good? All right, I'll see you next time.